What up, y'all?
Welcome
to the J&O Show.
Where we talk about...
This brother got on here and was like, I hate my wife. On TikTok.
What is wrong with you people?
And he got 1.4 million plays. And then was like, but I'm stuck here.
Bruh.
Because I don't want to do what I got to do to get out of it.
Y'all, this is crazy. Make sure you watch to the end so you can see whether or not this is even real, because we don't know. And also stay tuned for my health nugget. Roll clip.
Bro, I've been sitting in this car for about 2 hours now because I refuse to go inside and be with my wife. Like, I hate her that much. The only reason why I'm with her is because I'm broke and I don't have...
Okay.
I don't want to laugh at his pain, but the way he talking... He said, I hate my wife so much.
But why we put this on TikTok? You and your wife ain't got no mutual friends? Like, bruh.
Yo, that was so harsh. He was like, I hate my wife so much. I'm
just with her because I'm broke. Dang, tell us how you really feel.
I don't want to be laughing at your fame. I'm laughing at the way you're saying it, brother. Because the way you saying it is wild. It is. Number one, I get that.
I get it.
The good books say it's better to live on the roof of the house than to be in the house with a contentious woman. Mm-hmm. Here's a kicker. It don't say that just once. It repeats it.
It repeats it.
So
in multiple chapters.
Yeah, for those of you who are single, run, save yourself. If you see any signs, if you see any red flags, man, don't ignore that joker. Yup. Oops. That flag was red. It was red. Don't be like, nah, that was orange. No, dog, it was red. Get up out of there. Don't even do it to yourself. Ladies, it's the same thing for y'all. What?
I said, get up out your seat.
Oh, no. Anyway, we try to be fair on this channel. Yep, there's some dudes out here, they crazy. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. Some of y'all ladies, y'all know people that got babies by them. Come on now. Come on now. Let's be honest about it.
Well.
Okay?
And I don't have nowhere else to go. Like, I can't afford the rent on my own. And she makes more money than me. So, I mean, if I was to get a good job tomorrow, I'd be gone just like that. With a woman I really want. But I can't afford the woman I want, so I gotta settle for her. Literally. If we're being honest, I think I'm doing her a favor. Because she got low self-esteem anyway, and she bad built, so she should be lucky that I'm with her.
Bruh.
I don't know if this is real. The way he building it up. And she bad built. She got low self-esteem. Okay, first of all, she's your wife. Okay, this is the channel by married people. For married people and for people who want to be married. So I'm always going to advocate for you to stay in the marriage and try to fix it. If you was so into her that you decided to tie yourself to her forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. I don't understand why y'all didn't just live with each other like everybody else if it don't mean nothing to you and you could just get a divorce whenever you want to. What's the point of you getting married in the first place?
Why would I do that?
Yes, we can go down the line and say, well, way back in the day in the Bible, going back to Genesis, people used to consider you married to somebody just if you had intercourse with them. But that ain't the way it is nowadays. Heck, that wasn't even necessarily the way that it was in the Jesus days when it came to people. God saw it that way, but the people, even the Jews, didn't see it that way. Them jokers was divorcing people, throwing out letters of divorce like they was writing down a receipt for buying some goats or something like that. It wasn't even a big deal. That's why Jesus had to come down and be like, you jokers get on my last nerve. Yep. I can't stand none of you. And that's the reason why I'm going to tell y'all jokers, unless somebody cheated, you stuck. Too bad, so sad. Don't just be getting married and giving out draws like you are, and maybe you'll have some better luck. The way things are nowadays, I don't think we have much of a choice. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
She got low self-esteem. She bad built. She annoying. You don't even want to go home.
That's all your fault.
It's your own fault.
That didn't just happen after y'all got married.
You saw signs.
Something was there.
You saw signs. But listening to him, I think that he's miserable. And
because he's not where he wants to be.
Because he's not where he wants to be. He's not putting in the work to do what he got to do to get where he want to be. Or it could be a myriad of mental situations, because it might not necessarily just be, oh, you lazy. He might be dealing with depression. He might be dealing with PTSD. It could be anything going on. A lot of us are jacked up, right? But I think that him and his messed up situation, they commiserated. They trauma bonded.
Well, they say misery love company.
Yes. So a lot of people nowadays trauma bond and they get in these horrible relationships.
Toxic.
I mean, we both acknowledge that this relationship is toxic.
And I think that he's just sort of showing that. Now, that's if it's even real. Because the way he talking, I'm not sure it's real. Because a lot of people are in this situation where they're miserable and the woman that they're with is miserable. And I think that there is a point where you have to fix yourself. Because I know a lot of times I say that our culture is super selfish now. But there is a point at which you have to fix yourself because the way that you are, you ain't no good to nobody, even yourself.
Right. Absolutely.
So there is a point at which you do have to do self-care. I hate that word, but it's true. And you know, it's funny, especially as the man of the house, and he don't realize his power, obviously. If he changed himself, his whole house would change. Guys, y'all don't realize how much power y'all got. Women can change themselves and it won't necessarily change the man and everything in the house. But if the man changes, I personally definitely believe that it changes everything.
Well, I mean, that would make sense. Considering the position that the man holds in the house, it would make sense as the leader.
Right.
So if the leadership is jacked up, then the house is going to be jacked up.
Yeah.
So,
and I know a lot of women out here are the leaders of their homes. I personally believe that that's a part of the problem, but I also believe that a lot of them don't have a choice.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
She should be lucky that I'm with her, if that makes sense. So I don't feel guilty about it, but I mean, you know, some gotta give because I can't keep doing this. Like, I could be with somebody I really want, but I refuse to do more, you know? I'm kind of comfortable with being nothing.
Wow. Damn.
I'm kind of comfortable with being nothing.
To have enough self-awareness to be like, I'm comfortable with being nothing. So is he just basically admitting to be lazy?
That's what it sounds like. I really hope that that's not real.
Yeah, I feel like he's doing a parody. Oh, and just to let you know, when I found this is because a YouTuber did a reaction to it. And the reaction that he did, the title he put was 85% of married men feel this way. Now, I didn't finish the video, but I went through like 80 to 85% of the video. And neither him nor the guy he was reacting to said that. But, you know, that always made me go, oh, really? It's very interesting. I always hear these things about these types of marriages and people go, that's how all marriages are. Y'all, that ain't how all marriages are.
Who y'all friends
I don't know where y'all get the 85% from either.
That's just sad, man.
But if everybody is attracting women in your circle, that makes them miserable. Bro, it ain't I know a lot of people want to go, it's because it's marriage. No. Nah, bro.
It's you.
I've been blessed to be able to see both sides of it, like some that worked and some that didn't work. And I say blessed because I do think that there's something to be said, even the ones that didn't work, and be able to see why it did not. So you know basically what not to do,
Right.
you know, in your marriage. Learn from it, basically. I try to learn from other people's mistakes because, like, I don't like going through things unnecessarily. You know, if I see you over there, you keep running into, you know, a glass wall. I don't want that. I see what happened to you. I don't want to bust my head to the white meat. I don't want to do that.
Wow. Most of the married people on my side are not miserable. They're teammates. Like, they really are attacking life together.
Yeah.
Yes, they have issues. We put standards on marriage that we don't put on our parents, on our brothers, on our sisters, on our family members, on our friends.
Yeah.
And then we be like, oh, marriage sucks because X, Y, and Z. And bro, no, it's your mindset. Your mindset is what sucks.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who say this have personalities that would grate anybody, but expect their husband and their wife to deal with their trash personality and then blame marriage for their trash personality not being able to coexist with anyone. Sorry, I defend marriage. I'm not going to defend people because we trash. We have really bad habits. All of us have bad habits. All of us do things that we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Some of us just are a higher percentage of trash. What percentage of trash are you? We should put a poll out. Some of us know it. Some of us be like, bruh, I wouldn't be with me if I was in there y'all jokers because I'm trash. I'm serious. There are people out there who know that. You'll hear them say that. They'll say it in a different way, but that's what they're saying.
Yeah, so I don't know. You guys comment your thoughts down below and let us know, what do you think? Do you think that this was for real or was it a skit or something like that? I don't know. Let us know.
You know what? I'm gonna just be completely honest. I really can't stand to see another black man doing better than me. As black people, we supposed to move together as one. Like, who gave you the audacity to better yourself and leave me out? Like, bro, what are you doing? It's one band, one sound. When you're doing better than me, all it's gonna do is make me remind myself of my failures. And I can't have that. We are in this together. And I would do anything in my power to bring your black ass back down on my level. Either we all gonna be suffering, or none of us gonna be suffering. I'd rather us all fail instead of one person succeeding.
And also, I'd be curious to hear from the people that view our channel, honestly, what you have witnessed around you and in your own life in regards to marriages. Have you witnessed that most of the marriages fail? What would you say the ratio is? Like if you've been around 10 married couples, have 5 of them divorced or 5 of them miserable, something like that. Like give us your stats. I'd be curious to see. Of course, we have actual stats from like the
Institute of Family Studies. Yo, when y'all looking up stats,
look for reputable
sources.
Yes.
Try to do .govs, to be honest, because once people start getting outside of that, even in the university system, there's a lot of bias.
Yeah.
And they try to skew the results based on what their personal beliefs are. And that's just the way research is nowadays.
Unfortunately.
You should stick to .govs where they just don't give you an opinion. They just give you the stats. That's probably best. Just for references, the whole 50% divorce rate, that's not even first marriages. That's when they average first, second, third marriages all together. And the more marriages somebody gets divorced from, the higher the rate of divorce is for the next marriage they get into, because they have not yet fixed the problem in their marriages, which is usually them. If you're on like your third marriage, you're the problem. If you're getting divorced from your third marriage, it's you. It's you.
Yeah, so off. Your picker is off, or something is just not right.
Yeah, so it's like first marriages, the rate of divorce is closer to 40% than 50%. Second marriages, the rate is closer to 60%. Third marriages, the rate is closer to 70%. That's from the .govs, not from everybody else. And there are no percentages to say this percentage of marriages are happy and this percentage is not. It's hard to figure that out. How do you even measure happiness? What is happiness to you? Should we even care about your happiness?
Nope.
Well,
I just wanted to put that out there.
So today's health nugget or tip really, this month, the month of June, is actually Scoliosis Awareness Month. If you guys are familiar with our channel, those of you who've been rocking with us for a while, you may or may not know our daughter actually has scoliosis. And so in honor of Scoliosis Awareness Month, I wanted to give tips on scoliosis. So fact, scoliosis is more common in girls than it is boys. So if you have female children, especially during their adolescent years, I forget the age range, basically where you want to start, maybe around the age of 7 or 8, definitely you want to make sure that you get them checked for scoliosis, because scoliosis can be treated if caught early enough to be able to correct it, as opposed to allowing it to get worse as they grow and get to the point where they may need surgery, because that would include them having to put basically metal rods along their spine, which would be, as you can imagine, very terrible, and it's going to be lifelong pain that you'll have to deal with. So one of the things that you can do is for early detection is that you can actually go and get them screened. There's the traditional screening. Some of you, depending on how old you are, back in the day in elementary school, you would go to the nurse's office and they would make you bend over and they would check your back to make sure that everything was level and they didn't see like any type of hump in the back. That is not necessarily as accurate, because I had that done with my daughter, and to the naked eye, they could not see anything. It was only once she was x-rayed is when it was found. X-rays, however, as you know, does emit radiation, so probably not something that you would want to do all the time. What we would recommend is actually utilizing a standing MRI machine, because it doesn't use radiation, it uses magnetism, so your child can get screened as many times and you don't have to worry about any health risk. Depending on where you're located, this is not something that's very common. However, the facility that we take our daughter to for treatment, this is something that they do, which is, I feel as though everyone should be doing it. And we'll put their information here just in case you guys may be in the area. I know that it's something that you do not need insurance for. It's something that you can actually pay out of pocket. I believe it's $100 or less to get that MRI screening done for your child. Definitely want to get your boys checked too, but I know that it's more common in girls than it is boys. That is my health tip for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and share the information. And if you guys know someone who does have scoliosis, it's not too late. All hope may not be lost. It just depends basically on how old they are and if their bones have stopped growing. Once it's still growing, there's still time to correct it. But like I said, we'll put the information here and we'll link the website to the facility that we attend down below, which is the Scoliosis Care Center. All right, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if you guys made it this far, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, and give us a thumbs up. So that way you can tell YouTube you appreciate what we're putting down.
What we're putting down.
Hey everybody, down in the description, there are 2 links.
One is to a GoFundMe, and the other one is to a video that explains what the GoFundMe is for. Long story short, we have a medical situation with our daughter that we have to pay for everything out of pocket, and we can really use you guys' help.
Yes.
If you have the time, we'd love for you to go check it out. If you have the money, the funds, we'd love for you guys to help. If not, maybe you could send a link to somebody else who can help. We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Press the off button.